Right, YouTubers, here we have the Mercedes A-Class. Lovely car, but Mercedes have been buggering me about a bit, excuse my language, because there is a problem with the Mercedes A-Class 2014, this model. Well, if you get a leak at the back, there's some seals at the back that go behind the rear bumper, and what happens is the water pours through under the seats and finds itself into the rear footwell. So I've tried everything. I've had professional advice. I'll just move all this stuff. Professional advice where it would cost a fortune to dry these carpets. There's a mask there for the old COVID. Masks everywhere, look. Anyway, so how I've rectified the problem cheaply is I took it to the garage, my local garage, and still feels a bit damp in there, but not too bad. Took it to my local garage and they resealed the seals. They're like vent seals which pop open when you close the doors, just to let a bit of air out the car so it doesn't pressurise the car. But these seals are a known problem by Mercedes, and they have refused to give me any sort of help towards the cost, which is to lift the carpets and dry them at the cost of 1,500 British pounds. If you're from abroad, translate that on Google into your currency and you'll find that it's very expensive. So the rectification, if that's the right word, is that I took these plastic covers that cover these out and I lifted the carpet the best I could, because there's no way you can dry this car's carpet out, or any car for that matter, because there's a sponge underneath these which is a sound insulation. This in turn soaks up any water, and you can have gallons, literally gallons of water under your carpet. We didn't realise until the water was about 3 inches high at this point, and of course we didn't realise it was completely sodden in the insulation which is under the carpet, which is very thin. It's a very thin carpet. So what I've done is I've allowed air to circulate underneath the carpet by lifting the carpet. I'll put a spanner there, or a wrench, wherever you come from. We call them different things, but they're things that undo nuts and bolts. We all know that. So what I've done is lifted that side of the carpet. That came up easier than this side, and I didn't want to bulk the carpet up so it stayed up. But I found an ingenious way to dry out your car carpets without major expense, because it is a little bit damp under there still, although I can't feel much, but it was sodden before. So what I did was fantastically thought of an idea, and the idea is here. I will show you. This is a leaf blower. Just an ordinary garden cheap leaf blower that I've used to blow my leaves around. What you do is you get this leaf blower, and it's very powerful. This one is how many watts? There we are. 3,000 watt. And what you do is it's going to be noisy, be warned. Switch your sound down if you need to. But you get your leaf blower and of course you go. I think you get the idea. So this leaf blower is absolutely amazing. Don't go and hire expensive carpet dryers and things like that. If you've got one of these knocking about in your garden shed, use one of these. Fantastic. It's actually dried the carpet out brilliantly. But do take these plastic covers off where the car driving seat, in my case, is bolted to the floor. There's some plastic covers that go over that, and try and lift up the carpet the best you can. As you can see, I've had to use, I tried using baking soda, baking powder, but it's made a hell of a mess, so don't bother with that one. Yeah, well, what more can I say? It's the thing is with this is it's got two things on it. There's two things on it. So you've got this bottom one is the suction, if you've got it switched to suction, and that is really powerful. A 3000 watt garden leaf blower is really powerful, and it's enough to circulate the air underneath your carpet to dry it out. So I will endeavour to carry on using it, but when you do use it, it's so powerful that it actually sucks the carpet up off the floor of the car. Marvellous bit of kit. And I put a bit of tape around the handle. I'm not going to tape it up properly, so then I just leave it in the car. Obviously keep an eye on it every now and again, because it can get quite hot. We don't want any electric failures or fires, so be aware of that. So if you're going to do this, make sure you're around to make sure there's no smoke coming from this item. But you know, it'll definitely dry out your car carpet without having to go to the expense of lifting out the whole of the carpet and Mercedes giving you a bill for 1,500 quid. Or pounds, British pounds. We call them quids. I don't know why that is. Why would we call them quids? 1,500 quid. Anyway, I've been in touch with Mercedes, and they've just blatantly said, and this is a fault in the Mercedes A-Class, these seals. They know about it, they're aware of it, but I've had to take it to the omnibusman, and they're dealing with it at the moment to try and get some sort of compensation for the manufacturing fault, I'd say, of this particular A-Class. And you'll all have the problem. It's known fact. If you Google it, you'll find that a lot of Mercedes A-Classes have this leak problem. So if I was you, if you've got a Mercedes and you're worried about it, go to your local garage, get them to take the bumper off, the rear bumper, change the seals, and also make sure that they put silicone around those seals, because the first time they did it, it didn't work because they hadn't put silicone on the seals. So again, I had a wet car. But not a bad car, the Mercedes, but the I think the customer service is terrible. Hence why I've took them to the omnibusman. Anyway, that's the end of the video for now. I hope this helps anybody with a Mercedes A-Class. Beware, the seals at the rear do leak. Please subscribe for more videos on all sorts of silly things. Okay, from England, goodbye for now.